Welcome to Annitude, a relationship podcast about love, friendships, and everything in between.
Welcome to Annitude with Anna. I'm here to discuss just a crazy dating story. So I'm just going to get right into it. I've been dipping my toe into the dating pool. I'm about to pull my toe all the way back into my shoe because what the fuck is wrong with you men? So I met this guy at an event that I was DJing, and he seemed rude. That should have been a red flag. He looked mean. Should have been a red flag. And I had no interest in speaking to him. But then we went out after the event, me and my friends, and he was there. And we struck up a conversation. Everything seemed nice. He seemed funny. And, we exchanged numbers. We hung out the next day. He seemed like a normal person for the most part. However, he was like telling me like how he felt like it was going to gradually turn into like a relationship. And I'm like, I don't know about all that because I'm not trying to get into a relationship. I got out of a horrible relationship and I'm still just trying to see what's out there. But he was adamant that he would win me over. So, he would send like text messages. This was all during the week that we were like talking via text. He would send me text messages. He would ask how my day was going. Everything was fine, whatever. And then we were supposed to hang out on Friday, but he had to do something. And then we made plans to hang out on that following Sunday, which would be 2 days ago or 3 days ago when this episode comes out. So he tells me he made me dinner. And I'm like, okay, cool. Bring it over. So he brings it over. And then he's like, well, you can have that for lunch at work. Let's go get something. So we go to this bar and we're talking and we're drinking and we order food to go. And then he's like scrolling through his phone and I see like a bare woman's ass in there, which is like, whatever. But I make a comment like, thank God we're not dating because I would have been pissed. Which I wouldn't have. I would have just been like, cool, you're a loser and I'm never talking to you again. I wouldn't even make a comment. So he then gets mad. And then the bartender brings our food that we had ordered to go and drops it off with the bill. And he gets progressively more mad. And then I'm like, that seemed to have triggered you. This is going to be fun. Like basically saying the rest of this like quote unquote date is going to be fun. And then he goes, I'm not supposed to make this fucking fun for you. Skirt! I don't know what fucking wolf pack this person was raised in, but I was like taken back. Like, who is he talking to? I like to look around like, I know he ain't talking to me. So he stops like speaking, which is like a huge like abusive tactic, like manipulation. And just very abusive. So then I'm like, okay, I'm ready to go. So he had driven. I should have taken a Lyft in hindsight. So we get in the car and I'm like, what's your problem? And he's like, you're my problem. All you females are the same. Another red flag. If a man calls a woman a female and we're not like discussing like science, that's a red flag. It just means that they don't respect women as women. They just see them as like a female object, like not an actual human being. So I'm like, okay, what did I do? And he's like, well, you said that triggered me and you thought that would be funny. And I'm like, what are you talking about? So then I'm continuing to ask him, like, what? I don't understand. Like, can you explain this to me? And he's like, quit fucking interrupting me. You haven't let me talk. Just let me fucking finish my sentence. And I'm like, whoa. And I was like, I don't even feel comfortable. And this is how I'm talking. I'm like, I don't even feel comfortable being in this car right now. This is psychotic. And he's like, yeah, all you women are the fucking same. And all you guys fucking say stuff to make me mad and piss me off. And I'm like, oh my God, this person is crazy. And I was just having like PTSD when I was like in an abusive relationship, like where they would just snap like at the drop of a hat, and I would have to question like, is this person gonna like hit me or like what? So I immediately, my fight or flight is like triggered. And we're close to my house, and he's still like ranting and raving about like how I'm like every other woman and all this stuff. And it's just like so scary. We pull up into my driveway, and I'm like, yeah, this isn't gonna work. If you talk to people like this, I'm so glad you showed me like your true colors so soon, but this isn't gonna work. Have a nice life. And told him not to fucking talk to me or text me again. Slammed the door, go in my house. So hopefully I never hear from this person again. But it's just like scary that there's men that like walk around like this angry. And I just think like let's say we had dated, like how long would it have been before he like hit me or put his hands on me? Because obviously I feel like if you can yell at somebody that you just met, mind you, we met like a week prior, and he's already like unloading on me about nothing, about a server dropping off the food in the bill, and me saying that like, thank God that bare ass is like pre us dating, or else I'd be pissed. Like if he gets mad at that, I can only imagine what else could have happened, like what I could have done to piss him off. So yeah, this person like scared me. So I was like shaken to my core like the whole night. I had to call like my friends and tell them just to make sure I wasn't, because that's another thing, like things like this, you always feel like you're the crazy one. I'm like, did I just witness that? Did that just happen to me? Because I'm so shocked, because I would never do that to someone, especially somebody I just met a week before. Like I would never just unload on them because I'm in a bad mood or whatever. There's no reason to do that. So, and there's no reason to like cuss at somebody, like make them feel scared, like, ugh, creepy. So yeah, just like things like that just remind me of like men are dangerous. And that's what I talk about, like men are trash, because a woman, okay, I would like a man to think about a time they were scared on a date. I bet you can't think of one. I can name a few times I've been scared on a date, that either they weren't going to take me home, or that they were going to get mad if I wanted to go home or something like that. Just like in my past, I've been scared on like dates with men. So that's what I'm talking about when I say men are trash. I'm not saying all men are garbage. I'm just saying the majority of the men that I have encountered and that people I know have encountered have put their lives in danger, like scared them or sexually assaulted or abused them. So it's like that's who I'm talking about. So yeah, it was just scary. I don't know if I want to go back out and date again after that. That kind of gave me the chills, bone chilling. So yeah, I don't know what it is. Like, men love to like, I feel like I attract men that, love bomb me. Like, and when I say love bomb, I mean like they immediately tell me how great I am, and how they, have never met anybody like me, and how I'm so special and all this stuff. And that's usually what abusers do. They kind of do that to kind of build you up, to tear you down. And I know this because, as a person that's like just meeting somebody, you're always kind of hesitant to share your feelings because you don't want to get hurt and you don't want to be too vulnerable. But when somebody is like automatically vulnerable, and it just is a red flag, because that means that they are either projecting or they're love bombing, which is like a form of like gaslighting, and it's just not a good thing. So yeah, I just want to say, ladies, be careful, ladies, gadies, and ladies, be careful out there. It's scary. It's so scary. So yeah, I think I'm going to stick to the sugar baby life, which is becoming a very lucrative side hustle for me and my friends. This weekend, one of the sugar daddies took us out to dinner, and the bill was like $400, or no, it was $300, and paid for it and everything. And then we like left right after dinner. We're like, bye, we're gonna go club. We're gonna go to the club. Bye, grandpa. So yeah, I think that's more my speed, is like using these men for money. Yeah. So the only regret I have about that date is that we did get Oregano's, and I really wanted the pizza and wings, because Oregano's, it's here in Arizona. It's like a chain. It has the best wings, and that was like my only regret, is like I should have grabbed the box of wings and like ran. Yeah, I would love to hear other people's like crazy dating stories. I have a few. I have one where I went on a date with a guy who he took me to the Dollar Movie. First of all, this was like when I was like 18. Took me to the Dollar Movie and paid in change, which is like, how broke can you be? Paid in change, and then proceeded like after the movie to talk. I don't even remember what movie it was. I was like so embarrassed that he paid with change that I couldn't even think straight. But we went to like a diner afterwards, and all he did was like talk about his ex-girlfriend. Yeah. So I'm trying to think of another date I went on a date where I had to pay for the guy because he only had $5 in his wallet. That was great. I'm trying to think of another date I've been on. I've been on some doozies, man. Like, I really just want to go on a date where like I don't have to worry who's paying because I know that he has the money. I don't want to go on a date where the date gets drunk. I've been on many a date where like the guy gets belligerently drunk or has drank before he met up with me, and I'm like, I don't want to talk to you when you're drunk. Drunk men are the worst. They're even worse than sober men. So yeah, I just want to go on like a nice date. I know Valentine's Day is coming up. I'm probably not going to have a Valentine that isn't paying me to be their Valentine. So I'm kind of like meh about that. But Valentine's Day is more for like young couples, like high schoolers. I would be sad if I was in high school because that was like a big day to remind you that you're single. But now that we're adults, does it really matter? So yeah, I'm trying to think of some other dates that I've been on that have been pretty awful. I went on a date where a guy took me to PetSmart to watch the turtles. That was my first date. And then asked if my friends could pick me up at a gas station. That was pretty cool. And yeah, I'm just thinking of all the dates I've been on that I've paid for. That's always great too. It's not like, okay, I am an independent woman who doesn't need a man, but if you ask somebody to go somewhere, like that's the rule. You ask somebody to go out to dinner with you, you're paying. That's like, you asked. And that's just the rules. I'm sorry, I don't make them. But yeah, I'm just really like have no hope for my future in dating because the older I get, I feel like the men, like, since they didn't get therapy soon enough, like their mental illness is like just immediately present the first time meeting. So that's kind of scary. Or they have like, kids that they don't take care of, or like a whole ass family, or they've divorce trauma. So it's like the older I get, the harder it's going to be to find somebody. But I'm not going to settle. Everybody, I just want you to know, you do not have to settle. If you want somebody that isn't abusive, that is attractive, that has a nice body, that is intelligent and can make you laugh, and also supports women's rights and gay rights, and people of color, like, then you can get that. You can have it all, and I'm going to have it all. And if I'm asking, I'm going to say this again, if I'm asking for too much, I'm asking the wrong person, and I will find somebody that I can ask without it being too much. So yeah, this was a short episode this week. This week I have an interview with a person that we're going to discuss the Cosby documentary. So I'm going to pre-warn everybody right now. It's going to talk about sexual assault, drugs, and Bill Cosby, which is just a major trigger warning. So yes, stay tuned for that because that will be coming out next week. So I would love to hear everybody's dating stories. Come on, email me them. I will read them on air. I will make them anonymous. Ask me some dating tips because obviously I know what the fuck I'm doing. Psych. Yeah, ask me some dating tips. Tell me your dating stories. Email me at annatudepod@gmail.com. That's ANNAPOD as in dog @gmail.com. So yes, Annatude Pod. I think I said that right. I don't know. Annatude. ANNATUDEPOD @gmail. So yes. And then next weekend, your girl's going to Vegas. So last time I went to Vegas, I almost got sold into sex slavery. That's a whole different story for a different podcast. But I'm trying to redeem the last time I went to Vegas, which ended in tears. So hopefully this trip to Vegas is less drama, more fun. Maybe I will win some big bucks on the roulette table like I usually do. Yeah, and I got some cute outfits. I'll be posting on the gram. Follow me on at Anna. Wait, no. I'm sorry, everybody. I changed my Instagram because now that I'm a DJ, I'm like more of a regular person. So I will link my Instagram if you want to check out my stories from Las Vegas. I'll be posting on there to my close friends. And if you're not on my close friends, you're not my friend. Bottom line, period. So anyway, that is the end of the episode. I hope you guys enjoyed this little quickie, as men like to call it whenever they do anything. And if it's day or night, love and light.